Hey guys, Menno here. Yesterday I got my new microphone, so I decided what way to better celebrate it than make a Fortnite video. Yeah, I'll just make a story and I'll just play Fortnite over it. So what I wanted to talk about this time is bullying. We've all experienced it, and I don't think everybody went through school without having some sort of abuse. And I don't mean abuse like somebody telling you something mean, more like somebody doing actual physical violence. I never had it that bad when I try to think about it, but I had some stuff happen to me, like chairs being thrown at me, like punches and stuff like that. Nothing that terrible that you would think about, as in getting your head kicked in and stuff like that. But I've been through some stuff. So yeah, I decided just I need to run from this guy. Oh, got him. Yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, bullying, it's not a nice thing, and there's not much you can actually do. For example, I used to tell it to my parents, but I didn't really want to because I always felt embarrassed. And that's one of the things I would actually like to talk about. The fact that you're embarrassed to seek help. The fact is, at the end of the day, no matter how strong, and I'll get to this point after a moment, no matter how strong you are, you're just one person. I mean, you can be the strongest person in the world, but at the end of the day, you're not as strong as 10 people. So if you can get somebody to help you, that's always something to solve the issue and go into the right direction. In fact, I think I was bullied, and I kept being bullied until I was about 15, because 15, that is the time I started doing boxing. And I was never really an athletic guy. I used to do basketball, judo, stuff like that, and it was okay. I never really liked it. The thing I liked the most was boxing, because I actually was able to confront my problems. In fact, the fact that I got bullied and I didn't have any way to get rid of the frustration, that affected me really negatively. So for example, if somebody would push me at school, I wasn't able to talk back. Not even just fight back, I couldn't talk back. So I just kept the frustration inside of me, and that started affecting me negatively. Just not like physically, just getting abused like emotionally. Because for the most part, the abuse wasn't that bad physically. It was mostly bad emotionally. So once I started doing boxing, I got more strong, more confident. In fact, I remember I don't think I remember made a story about this. I was at the gym and I was just doing exercise. We were just running in a circle, dribbling basketballs. And at one point, one guy started throwing basketballs at me, and he threw it right at my head. Made a big doink against my head, and that wasn't really nice. So I just turned back and told him he better stop that. And after the second time, I just said it one more time. Like, yeah, if you do that stuff, if you do that one more time, like, we're gonna have a problem. So naturally, he didn't listen to me and just did that again. So yeah, I just turned around, and I didn't even hit him. He was so surprised because I turned so fast. He just fell by myself. And then he just covered his face because he expected I was gonna do like kick him or something. I didn't do anything. And then the teacher came in screaming, "Oh, what do you think fighting? You can fight in this, like, this is not acceptable," and everything. The fact is, I didn't do anything. And then he made us sit next to each other on a bench until the end of the lesson. I also got trouble. And later everybody told me that I'm a badass, how I beat him up like nothing. And I tried to explain. I honestly didn't try to make myself bigger than I am. I told him I didn't do anything. He just fell by himself. But nobody believed me. They thought I was some badass who knocked somebody out on the floor. Whatever, like, it ended well. Yeah, but after that, like, I don't really remember, like, nobody really wanted to mess with me. So at the end of the day, the lesson would be not try to avoid violence, because violence doesn't give anything good. You might think, yeah, you'll show somebody, or you'll show yourself how strong you are by beating somebody up. People can just die from punches. Like, that actually happens a lot. You hit somebody too hard, you knock him out, he hits his head against the floor and he's done. And you go to jail. Violence is never a cool thing. I used to think that, but now it's just really stupid. And you just should try to avoid violence as much as possible. That being said, there's a difference between confronting somebody who's violent and actually being violent. So if you have somebody who's being violent against you, you should confront him, because most of the time bullies will not go down, they will stop bullying just for the simple fact that you don't want to be abused and you're not afraid to show it. So yeah, I confronted him and I didn't even lift my arms up. Maybe I did, but I didn't punch him. I just moved, I just turned around and faced him. And that was it. Nobody bothered me. So yeah, sometimes, I think that's guy. Okay, whatever. Sometimes the simple fact that you don't know what's gonna happen, the unknown, is more scary than the actual thing that happens. So to explain that, sometimes just the expectation of you getting punched or something, that's actually worse than actually being punched. Not that being punched is joyful in any way, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's my lesson. If you're able, just try to avoid violence. And if you have somebody doing violence against you, you should counter that violence in a respectful way. As in, if somebody's confronting you, you confront back. But if somebody causes violence against you, you should be able to defend yourself in an equally measurable violence. As in, somebody pushes you, you push back. And if somebody happens to punch you, and you don't have to wait, especially in school, to consult a teacher, tell a parent, you have to do what you have to do. As long as it's self-defense. Don't just go punching. You don't have somebody being a bully to you, punching you, and then you leave it, and then you come back after a couple of hours, and then you punch him back. No, that's not how it works. If you have an issue, you have to squash it right there and now, preferably in a peaceful manner. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about bullying. And I hope this story can be somewhat inspirational and give you some guidance in how to deal with things in life. Because God knows I've been through bullying a lot, but I managed through, and most of it helped. Most of the things that helped me were actually being strong, not physically by doing boxing, but also mentally by confronting my bullies. So yeah, I hope you like this story. I'm gonna keep playing this game, and if I'll come up with another story, we can just continue this. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the story, and have a nice day.